Sunday gun day. Well, today I'm here at world famous Dragon Man's. It's Sunday gun day. I just checked in. I have insurance and certificates of training as far as a firearms instructor, range safety officer. So I should put my seatbelt on. But I pay the, I think it's $3 more. I get to use the private instructor ranges over here. So that's not a bad deal. All I got to do is just make sure that I clean up and check out before I leave for the day. Got it. All right, let me go ahead and open this gate up. So we'll go ahead and do a little setup here. Get some of my equipment out and go ahead and get the range set up, targets, etc. And see what we can do today. Mainly going to be practicing with 9mm pistol caliber carbines and a 9mm AR pistol. So we'll see how that goes today. The most important gun at the range, staple gun. Mainly what I'm going to be shooting today is pistol caliber carbine AR9s and an AR9 pistol. The top version is my version of an AR9. It does take stick mags. It's got a Magwell adapter, so it can easily go back to shooting 223 for the lower. The bottom one is a dedicated stick mag lower that is made by Spikes Tactical. That one takes stick mags, and the one I'll show you next takes Glock mags. Alright, this is my folding stock AR9. It's got the Sylvan Arms folding buffer tube assembly, and it's got a SB Tactical brace since it is a pistol because of the barrel length. Let's go ahead and do a demonstration of the folding of the Sylvan Arms. Alright, Sylvan Arms folding buffer tube assembly. Very simple. Folds, and you have the buffer extension right here that you have to remove before you can take the bolt out, take it in half. Locks into place firmly. SB Tactical sliding brace because of the pistol length. Also the Sylvan Arms Glock magazine well adapter. Very nice. Mag pull. Flip up sights, offset, fire field, red dot. Let's check it out. When we're talking about the pistol caliber carbines and the ones, the magazines that I like to use, there's a variety that I have. One, we have Pro Mag, believe it or not. They make a pretty good stick mag. This one is a plastic design, polymer. This is another version that they have out. It's got a little more coarse, rough texture on here. It's kind of nice. I like it. Then I have these right here, which are made by, who makes these? Oh, ASC Manufacturing. These are all metal, 9mm. It's a clone of a Colt mag, which are very expensive if you can find them. Also, I have Uzi Mags. All right, these Uzi Mags can be converted with just a small cut and maybe some removal of some material up in this area right here behind the feeder. So if you do a little bit of work right here, be very careful, work slow. You can modify these based off this right here. Take some measurements. I made a jig, so that's how it works. And then for the folding stock pistol, you can use these extended mags, okay, and standard Glock 19 mags. or 17. Some of the equipment I'm going to be using today are my new Caldwell inside the ear sound canceling ear protection. Got these off Amazon. They were on a daily deal, I think $75. Normally they're about 150 or in that range. And also use Walker razors, all right, low profile. These are really, really good. I like these. The only problem is that they do pick up a lot of wind, and I could feel some of the breeze kicking up today. And then also I have my helmet out here. We'll talk about that later, the one that I posted earlier. The ammo I'll be shooting today is Winchester USA Forged. This stuff was on clearance here a few years ago at Walmart for about $7 a box. And then the Remington Range, that's brass. The Forged is steel case, so I've got to do some cheap shooting today. You know, every box hurts, especially nowadays. If you try to replenish your supplies, you know you're going to be paying 19, 20 bucks, maybe as low as 16 bucks, maybe on sale. But you know, every box of 9mm nowadays hurts. All right, so we're going to do a test fire. This is the first time I've ever fired this, so we're going to see how it functions. Once again, standard Glock mag, Pro mag, P mag, cycles. Seems to work just fine. We're going to have to zero it. Another thing I wanted to do while I'm out here today that I've been curious about is the Glock 48, Glock 43 combination, mix and match. Once again, I got a Glock 48. They say it's got a Glock 43X lower, and the 43 standard I've had for quite a few years. They say that you can mix and match the slides and make a poor man's Glock 43X, basically. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and see if this actually works. I'm going to disassemble Glock 48 slide. Glock 43. Now the difference is the size of the mag well right here that you could see. I have two types of mags. You have, of course, the Glock 43, but you also have the Glock 43X, which has the 10-round single stack. And you can buy these Shield Arms 9mm 15-round. Very slight difference, but just enough to offer you 15 rounds as opposed to the standard 10-round. Get in there. That comes with these. Now, of course, these aren't going to fit into the Glock 43. So let's go ahead and mix and match the slide, and we'll fire a couple of rounds. All right, so we got the Glock 43 slide. Is that going to work? Yep, there we go. Okay, so now, theoretically, that's a poor man's Glock 43X 15-round stacked magazine. Now, out of curiosity, so what did you make here? You made a Glock 43 long slide, I guess. Pretty interesting. We'll go ahead and test fire that too. Let's just start off with 5 rounds. That's all I got left in this box. All right, let's go ahead and check this out. We got Shield Arms 15-round steel mag, poor man's Glock 48. All right, see what happens. Seems to chamber. Not bad. It's got a little snap to it. A little different than the Glock 43 for some reason, but it feels like it's got a little bit more snap. Not bad. All right, to continue our experiment, go ahead and check out the Glock 48 long slide, 43X. I don't know what you'd call this. All right, got 5 rounds, steel case. And it seems to function just fine. Mess around a little bit more with that. It's kind of weird because you barely have, unless you have an extension, you get a really long slide on a very short pistol. But it works. Now this one here is one of my favorites. I like this one because I made it look like an AR-9 that you would see Colt build. I did get the A1 slick side upper. Okay, it's got no forward assist. It does have the gas deflector / brass deflector, whatever you want to call it. The shortened dust protector. It does have a magwell insert that modifies the magwell. All right, so it's locked in there now. You got to pop it sometime. So it locks in there and ejects. Takes a couple different styles. All right, these rubber bumpers are on here for when you drop the mag. These have a tendency of having the base plate fly off, so I just kind of put a little bumper on there, and then it gives you a little bit something else to grab. Now the Pro Mags, I don't remember which one has trouble fitting. I think it's this one that locks in, but this one, for some reason, it'll have a tendency of wiggling out. I like it, but it'll wiggle out, so I wouldn't really depend on it, in a real world situation, other than, just range. But let's go ahead and load this one up, and we'll go ahead and fire it. Now for this one, we have a mag loader, all right, and then this one clips right on the top and presses the feed lever down. The follower. All you do is you press it, drop around, toggle it back and forth, and that's what you do. All right, and then it basically just clips off. All right, and the mag's loaded. So let's go ahead and get this into place. This one only has a 2-position stock. Well, actually, no, this is a 5-position stock. I have a version that has just a 2-position, open and close. That's my Car 15 style one. All right, she cycles just fine. Now firing these feels a lot different than an AR because this is a blowback. There's no gas. Even though we have a front sight, it is just drilled and tapped in and has no function other than as a front sight. But there's no gas tube. It's a blowback design. Everything pushes back, goes right back forward. You have a heavier buffer tube to compensate for that. Or correction, you have a heavier buffer in the buffer tube to compensate for that. So there's a little bit more push when it goes forward. When that bolt slams forward, you really feel it. So, but these are fun. I really like this one. I'm glad I built it, and it's a better alternative to an AR. Okay, now this one is my latest build. I've been piecing this one together. This is the original Spikes Tactical lower that I had bought here a few years ago. Magpul grip. It's the Plus. It's got the rubber coating on it. It's got some flip-up sights. All right. And it's got a smaller, low-profile buttstock. Mil spec. We have a Anderson railed gas block that is once again useless because of the fact that it doesn't use gas. It's a blowback. I just bought the bolt for this yesterday at a gun show, so I want to test it out. It's similar to one of the other that I have, another one. I do have a Firefield red scope, a red dot scope on here, or optic. The brass / gas deflector is a little different. It's a different version than the other one that I showed, but it still works effectively. That I've used it before on a different build. So let's go ahead and check it out. I'm going to use an Uzi Mag. These guns are not zeroed right now, so it's pretty pointless. It does lock in. It's a 25 round Uzi Mag. Let's go ahead and fire this one off. Uh-oh. Alright, I've got a double feed. Alright, let's see what happens. Alright, problems. First thing you always want to do is remove the source of ammunition. Get that casing out of there. Go ahead and lock it back in. Nope, I think it may be the magazine. Alright, we don't want to waste any ammo. Let's go ahead and check out. Alright, so let's go with the Pro Mag and see if the Pro Mag does any better. That's not looking like it's working. That does not want to lock in. Alright, let's go ahead and try another magazine. Alright, so I've reloaded another magazine. This is the Steel ASC. It's the Colt clone magazines. So let's see if this will lock up in it. Alright, it does have a physical lockup in it. It feeds. Let's see if it'll function. Alright, we're running into an ejection problem. Alright, here we go. Nope. Didn't see that eject out. Now we're running into some problems here. Double feeding. We're gonna have to check that out. All right, we're 2 for 3 right now, so we'll figure out what's going on. Okay, so this is the one where we're having trouble with. The bolt was not extracting and ejecting. It was getting double feeds, stovepipe. But I did something. I changed out the bolt. I put the one that was in here and the one that was in here, flipped them, and now they function just fine. I don't know if it's the design or I have no idea, but this one works flawlessly now. This one works flawlessly now. Sometimes that's just the issue. The parts don't add up right, so you got to do a little mixing and matching and see which works best. So now I don't have any trouble with this one, and this one seems to fire and function just fine now. I don't know if it was because this bolt just wasn't working in this one properly or there was something interfering with it. But yeah, the issue's been resolved, and I guess I'll go ahead and keep these this way. Do a little bit more practice and zero these in and see if I come up with any other issues. And I'll look for wear marks later on in the evening when I'm finished. I guess that's how it works. Alright, so what I'm going to attempt to do now is I'm going to go ahead and zero these flip up sights and the red dot on here. Once again, this AR9 pistol with the folding stock functions pretty good. The only thing with the magwell adapter is you have to get used to pressing this lever for the Sylvan Arms. instead of pressing the standard magazine release on an AR. All right, let's go ahead and fire a shot. Okay, now I'm using my standard Walker razors for this part right here. I'm charging up the Caldwells. I don't know if they were charged fully. I hadn't used them in a while or took them out. So let's go ahead and see what we can get here as far as a shot group. We'll start off with the small aperture and fire around dead center. Alright, I'm going to go check my first shot just to get an idea. Okay, so after a few attempts, moving around the center shot, the biggest target, that was to get my bearings with the iron sights. Then I moved down to the bottom one after I made a couple of adjustments, kind of figured out how many clicks I needed to adjust. Got a little closer, same result with just a single shot, and I just fired a burst or 3 rounds after making my adjustments, and I got 2 in the center and 1 in the square. So iron sights, satisfied with that. You can hit a torso at 15 yards. Let's go ahead and do the red dot. Now the red dot I have canted at a 45 degrees. We're gonna see how the ejection works. I did have a mount that would bring it up over and co-witness with the iron sights, but we're gonna try this option right here. I'm gonna need a smaller screwdriver, and we'll take a couple of test shots and see how it turns out. It's a habit. And start off with 3 shots. Come on. There we go. Now these are P-Mag, Glock mags. Use them for the range. Alright, here's my tool. Alright. Let's go to the dot, and this is unzeroed. Alright, we are about 4 inches left, or correction, 4 inches right, 3 inches down. Let's go ahead and make those corrections. And I'm sure this would move us up or down. So let's go ahead and put the dot on the center mass and move it down to the level. Okay. And then we'll take this one and move it over towards point of impact. Okay, that's a shortcut right there, is you keep your same center alignment, and then you move the dot as best you can to the point of impact. That saves you a little ammo here and there. Okay. Alright, a little too high on that one. So let's see what we did wrong. Okay. So we're going to come down. We're online, just need to come down. Center it between those two. Let's go ahead and load a couple more. Okay, Firefield red dot. Those were my initial shots. Then I made a wacky adjustment and I went the wrong way. These down here, first 2 on the right, shifted it to the left a little bit, adjustment on the sight, got in the center, and brought it up and put 2 in the square. That looks pretty good for right now, so I'm satisfied with that. Okay, the next one I'm going to do is deployment of the brace, the sights, load, and fire. All right. Misfire. Not bad once you get used to it. I should have deployed the stock a little bit more, or the brace. All right, now you see I did have a misfire, and where did that round go? What I did was I loaded a dummy round so I could simulate a misfire, just so I could see if I could, do that correctly, and it seemed to work. In a real world situation, you don't want to yell misfire, because then your adversary or your threat knows you've had a malfunction of some type. All right, and I'm using the SGM tactical magazines. All right, these are the cheaper, I think, Korean ones. Once again, yeah, made in Korea, and they're not bad. They're good for the range. Keep your good stuff at home. Make sure it does function though. Okay, I'm going to do some zeroing with the AR9 with the stick mag conversion well. So I'm going to go ahead and just reconfirm the zero and see how that works. Okay, tinkering around a little bit, shot down here, brought it up after a couple of shots, and then I brought it up into here. Next one, I brought it up here and brought it in here. If I can get one more click out of it, I think I can do it, but I'm almost bottomed out. Once again, this is at 15 yards. I'm going to give it one more click. I got to open up another box of ammo. Painful. And I'll go ahead and confirm on the target on the upper left. All right, I gave it one more click. I'm going to go ahead and look at the upper left and see if I can get on center. Okay, I see I'm getting in there. Once again, hit a torso, 15 yards. Why not? Feels like 2 holes. I'm gonna have to check the video. I think this was the second shot. Yeah, that's 2 holes. I'm not gonna complain. I'll confirm the video. I could have been that far off. I don't know why the second shot was that far. Probably poor vision. All right, so if I hit those two, I'll confirm, and I'm satisfied with that. Iron sight, 25 yards. I don't know why I enjoy this one so much. Just a simple blowback. I'm going to continue to shoot at that 20 meter target. That was it? Oh man, should have put some more in. Just a simple, fun rifle. Don't know where that's all going. Still in the paper though. Clear. Also, the thing about these pistol caliber carbines is, man, they fire dirty. The chamber is just caked up. That's why you gotta keep it greasy. Seem to work the bugs out of this one. I'm gonna improve the flip-up sights, go with the mag pull ones. These are some chintzy ones. I've been noticing some issues with it as far as tinkering with it, so I'll probably upgrade those, or maybe even improve with a front sight post and a carry handle. So we'll see what happens in the future, but right now seems to be working just fine. All right, let's move on to something else. Okay, to continue tinkering on with the Glock 43X that we made this morning, I'm going to go ahead and do a draw and fire magazine change, and somewhere in there is a dummy round for a misfire drill. So let's go ahead and see how that works. So that must have been the misfire at that point, but I just thought it was out of ammo because I don't know how many rounds I loaded per. So firearm is clear. All right. Since I didn't want to mess around and continue and do the misfire drill, I just did a basic combat reload just out of instinct. So let me find my round that I must have ejected somewhere, and we'll get back to that and try that again. Okay, so I'm going to do the draw, fire, misfire, magazine change drill. Okay, concealed, come up on a threat, misfire, reload. A little excessive, probably. But that was for the drill. Okay, pistol's clear. All right, we'll do a little shooting with the Glock 44. That's the 22 caliber. Glock 19. All right, Gen 5. It's got the serrations in the front. I also have the recover brace on it that I enjoy. You could put the Glock 19 in here, of course. So let's try this out. just like a regular Glock 19 in here. You could stabilize it, right, as it's supposed to be, or you can temporarily shoulder it on occasion. Other than that, I like this. This is pretty fun. We'll go ahead and mess with this a little bit more. Such. Such. Well, so far I'm pretty happy with that. All I got to do is get used to using this instead of using the regular mag release. Other than that, it worked out pretty good. Seems pretty accurate for close range. You're not going to be shooting, very far, with the limitations of a 9mm, ammunition. Other than that, it seems to function pretty good. Just got to get used to using it. I'm probably going to make this my new truck gun. I like the 45 offset. It doesn't interfere with the ejection of the casings. The other two carbines that we had issues with simple bolt swap, seem to remedy that. I don't know why. Just kind of funny how it works out that way. But right now, I'm going to start cleaning up and having a little bit of fun with some of this leftover ammo I got. But other than that, I had a pretty good day today, and thanks for watching once again. All right.